Well, we're going to have a chat with some of the riders, and first of all we got John Jefferies. And John, you've been now made a comeback for the season. Now you've been out most weeks racing. Happy with it? Happy with everything?
Yeah, like you said, I took a year out last year just to get my head around a few things. This year I've come back, new bikes, had a good year, rode most weekends, made every final of every meeting I've ridden in, so yeah, I can't complain. Hoping for a good day today, then finish it off with a top 10 in the Masters next week.
Now you've had a look at the track here, I presume, to your liking today. We had a bit of rain overnight, so it should be in good condition.
To be fair, I haven't had a walk around it really. I drove round, had a look. From the outside it looks similar to the track last time. Just go out there, have a go and see what happens.
Now you got the Masters next week. That's the one you're really building up to at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was lucky enough to get the wildcard entry or the reserve entry into the meeting to qualify, and I went out and won that, and hopefully if everything goes to plan I should definitely be aiming for top 10, which would then get qualification for Europe next year.
Well, good luck today, and good luck next week as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, John Jefferies. Well, I've got with me now Martin Williams, and not too far for you to travel, just over the border from Gloucestershire, and looking forward to this very important meeting today for the Ken Melksham Memorial Trophy.
It should be a good day. Track's quite small, quite grippy, but it's going to make for some good racing later on. It should be a good day.
Are you in the Masters next week?
Yeah, I've done the qualifier at Worcester, so we qualified for the Masters, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh well, good luck. Good luck today, good luck next week.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks very much, Martin Williams. We're now going to chat to some of the 250 boys. We've got Krister here and Paul Simmons up from the southeast of England. And welcome, chaps. First of all, Chris, looking forward to this trip here to the Wessex Centre?
Oh, definitely. I haven't rode down in Bristol before, so we'll have to see how it goes. The track's a bit smaller than I thought, but I was getting a fairly smooth ride in practice, and I'm going to go out and have another go in a minute.
Well, the track's very smooth, but obviously with it being a tighter track, I suppose it'll be actually put on some good racing, won't it? And obviously with the likes of Neil Taylor and Lee Street and the rest of them out there, it should be pretty good. David Knowles, I believe, is here as well.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we're not going to spread out as much, so it gives an opportunity for us to stay close together and give some good racing.
Brilliant, thanks. Have a good day, Chris. We'll move over to Paul Simmons. And Paul, will that help you, a smaller track, or would you prefer a big track? Because some of the southeastern centre tracks where you come from always had that reputation of being quite large.
I do prefer the larger tracks. Something quite large with tight corners normally suits me, but I tend to use the power of the bike, and it tends to help me. So I might struggle a little bit on this one, but it felt quite good in the last one, and just have to see how it goes. Looking
at the 250cc lineup, it looks pretty impressive today. I think we're going to see some fabulous racing from you guys.
I think we will do. It's a shame that Lee's not riding because of his injuries, but I think it'll close the field up because it's a small track. There's no great chance to get away, so I reckon it'll be a really good day.
Now, looking at the body colour, it looks like you've already been out for practice. Pretty smooth, isn't it?
Apparently it looks smooth. It didn't feel very smooth, but apparently it looked it, so we'll go with that.
Brilliant. Have a great day.
Cheers, thanks.
Thanks. That's Paul Simmons and Chris Still for the 250 runners. Well, we've seen some of the 250 boys. We've now got the actual 250cc champion, Neil Taylor. And Neil, it's good to see you here at a Bristol meeting. I know many years ago you used to see you at the Bristol meetings with your dad when you first started, and obviously back for this special day for the Ken Melksham meeting, and some of the top 250 boys in the country up here to challenge you as well.
Yeah, it should be a good day. I mean, it's quite a smallish track, so hopefully we should be all bunched up a bit close together and produce some good racing. That's what it's all about, and it's nice to come back to Bristol after riding. I mean, we used to ride down here in the schoolboys for many years, and it's nice to support Ken's meeting and hope it's a good day for all.
That's fantastic. And of course, a lot of the boys from the southeast and up in the Midlands and the north, some of them are used to bigger tracks. Now, I know that living where you do, you would have grown up on like the showground tracks, like your Much Markle, Peter Church Show, etc. So, will that give you an extra advantage today?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, all the guys that we race with, all the top 250 guys, we're all changeable to suit the conditions we've got to ride in. And, you know, I think it's just the same for everybody. We've all got a good chance. It's a case of getting away and getting your nose clean and doing the job in hand, really.
Well, have a great day, and congratulations on winning that British Championship earlier this year.
Yeah, thank you. It was a good day. Thanks.
Thanks very much. That's Neil Taylor. Well, I've got one person now that usually very quiet when I talk to him, but he's agreed to be interviewed because we're actually doing the interviews for Bob's videos for the DVD for today. But we got the radio mic here so everybody else can hear. And we got Charlie Saunders. And, well, Charlie, you've been going extremely well since coming up into the adult racing, and you must be very pleased with the way things have gone.
Yeah, it's gone really good. It's gone better than I thought it would. Yeah, it's going really well.
And today, are you just concentrating on the 350s? Because I know you've been out on 250s as well this year.
Yeah, we're just going to give the 350s a go today, just concentrate on them. It's a bit, well, we sold our 250 as well, and we just like to concentrate on the 350s really.
And for next year, up into the 500s, or are you staying with the 350s?
We might do a couple of 500, but we're just going to give the British Championships a good go, and just see how it goes from there really.
Brilliant. How do you feel your chances today? You've been out practicing, you like the track?
Yeah, it's really good, yeah. Some good riders here. This should be quite a good meeting, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, of course, one of our most local riders just down the road at Minety as well. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people here rooting for you.
Yeah, there's a few family come down. It's good.
Brilliant. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the racetrack.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Charlie Saunders. Right, we now got Rod Melksham with us, and we'd like to say we're doing the interview for Bob's videos, plus also the radio mic here. And you must feel very proud today, and your family as well.
Yeah, very, very happy day. Well, sad circumstances, but just got to be proud of the day and happy for everyone that's turned up, and hope everyone has a good day.
Your dad would have actually loved this today. You know, what with the the riders here, and of course the beer tent last night, and all the socialising. He would have been very, very proud. I'm sure he'd been very proud. And you even organised pre-meeting watering of the racetrack, and now the sunshine's come out. I don't know how you did that.
Maybe he sorted that for us.
Fantastic, I'm sure he did. You look like you had a bit of problem with the bike. Everything okay though? You looked everybody's looking down at the bike before you went out for practice.
It's just a bit flat at the minute, and playing with the timing and that, and it's just can't seem to get it right at the moment. So we'll see.
Well, good luck today on this special day.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Rod Melksham. Well, we've now got one of Lou Coffin's boys. If I may bring him just this way so we can get the radio mic, that's better. Bob will have to fall in line with us here. He's doing the official DVD, and so we're interviewing you for that, but also you're going out live here as well. So welcome to Darren Pugh. And well, Darren, you've obviously been on the continent a bit since we last seen you. Still going well. Obviously Lou Coffin keeping an eye on you as well. Pleased to see you here.
Yeah, glad to be here actually and come and sort of represent the meet for Ken. It's a good lineup. Obviously they put me up in the elite class now, so it should be a good experience. But no doubt I'll be alright with Lou keeping an eye on me.
You have been travelling abroad quite a bit, haven't you, recently?
Yeah, we've been over to Germany and to Holland a couple of times this year. So we did one early in May, and then a month ago we've done 2 meetings over there. So they're going okay. Fantastic.
Any ambitions on the grass? Because I know that you did a bit of speedway for a while at Carmarthen.
Yeah, just staying on the grass now. So I'm not getting any younger, so just keep plodding around the grass and keep away from injuries and enjoy it, hopefully.
Fantastic. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. That's Darren Pugh. Right, Darren Harris and 171 leads everybody around for the parade. That's it. Show your appreciation. Sean Wiggins, famous name Wiggins family there, local boy from Chippenham. We've got Colin Harris. Hello, Colin. He's smiling as usual. We've got number 3 there, Wayne Barrett. Also the other number 3, of course, with the addition of the programme, Chris Andrews. We've got Ian Guttridge. We've got Matt Budd. We have a job to keep up with them here, won't we? Barry Young, Nigel Hibbard. I won't be able to go through them all there. I'll just pick out some. There's a great Joe screen there, number 7. We've got Lee Gayden. We've got Shane Colvin. There's Dave Norris, the British Pre-75 champion. We've got a whole host of the riders coming by now. Glen Stanton, very much in the veteran stages of his career now. Glen Stanton, 811. We've got Steve Cox there, 313. Luke Cox, his son, also there. Barry Powell from the Forest of Dean. Dyfed Evans, 111. And there is 117. That's Paul Derrick going by. John Cox. We've got Jim Collins there, and that's another Collins member that's actually racing in the Formula as well. And there's Rob Melksham, the reigning Wessex Centre champion, going by. Mark Taylor 170. We've got 173, the British 250 champion Neil Taylor there going past us. Dave Burry, number 411, and up in the Western Centre. Daniel Winterton down from Cheshire. Chris Walters there, number 30. And there's Andy Garfield, local rider. Phil Harris, veteran there going by. Andy Garfield. Also number 1 there, Krister Marsh, former speedway rider, now concentrating on the grass tracks at the moment. And here's Charlie Patterson with his smoking jab. Here he is, here's Charlie, just ahead there of, we got Tim Curnock, and we got Tony George, former Plymouth and Romford Speedway rider. Jody Hodgsen there, 222, local rider from Bristol. We got Thomas Cooper there, number 15 from the southeast. We've got Steve Dowling, father of Mike Dowling, who used to race here in the Wessex Centre, just coming by, number 280, number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and if you just arrived, welcome to the Bristol Grass Racing Combines meeting. Here we go. This is race number 1 of the Super 16. Riders on the line, and we start off with a real hot pace here. And away we go. We'll pick them up as they come by. Joe Screen gets a good start, and it is Joe Screen who hits the front first. And absolutely flying, and a couple of riders go wide, one of them forward ahead, but they're locked together. 2 riders, they're locking together, and in fact the red flag has gone out. The race has been stopped. The race has been stopped because the 2 riders locked together their machines. Jeffrey Evans was the best of the rest, getting away there with Daniel Winterton from Cheshire. But of course you saw the 2 riders there literally locked together as they came around that corner, around the pit corners. It looks like they're both okay. They're just checking their bikes over. The mechanics there making sure they're okay. Wayne Barrett's one of them. So there we go. That's good news. So riders now will regroup then for the rerun of heat number 1. And will it be as close as the first time? 2 riders locking up together. You can't get much closer than that, can you, on the first bend? Right, here we go then. And there's not Joe Screen, it's going to make Glen Cunningham's right edge. Screen leads Glen Cunningham in second place. Joe Screen then leads Glen Cunningham in second, so Joe getting a fantastic start. Joe coming quite wide as he comes around. There's 2 riders coming down again, and I'm sure that the race will be stopped. Yes, the race has been stopped. And it's the same 2 riders that have tumbled together. That's Krister. So I think Krister might need some medical attention, medical staff. So medical staff, if you could come this way, please, as soon as possible. Wayne Barrett there, just making sure that Krister's okay. Well, should we give a round of applause, everybody? Krister's up, he's walking back, so that's good to see. John Meredith there with him, and he's making his way back, and Richard Knight there also helping out. And good to see you walking back, Krister. That's what we want to see. Well done. Leader and Bristol Grass Racing Combine founder member. Yes, Tony Usher, back in the 1970s, was a regular on the grass track circuits. We should have here Carl Gallis, the Australian speedway rider, Darren Pugh, Shane Colvin, Martin Williams, John Jefferies, Thomas Cooper and John Cox should all be going in this one. Off the line there you go, and there's Martin Williams. Martin Williams getting an absolute flyer off the line there, and Martin Williams, a young man from Newington, Gloucestershire. And Martin Williams going very, very wide. And he's let number 11 get in there. That's Darren Pugh. Darren, of course, assisted by Lou Coffin. And Darren Pugh's got problems. The bike has stopped dead in its tracks. So major problems there. John Jefferies has now come through. So John Jefferies has now moved through. And then number 12 is now moving up as well. So Shane Colvin's closing. Shane Colvin comes up the inside of John Jefferies. It's wall-to-wall action here. John Jefferies on the outside. Shane Colvin comes through into the lead. We got all things happening out here. And it's Shane Colvin in there leads as John Jefferies goes wide with 1 lap to go. Shane Colvin leads. John Jefferies in second place. Up in the third place is now Thomas Cooper from the South Eastern Centre. Those are the orders. At the back there is number 10, Carlos Ezagalis. But leading as they come around towards the checkered flag. It's going to be number 12, Shane Colvin, who came through to win from John Jefferies. Thomas Cooper gets third, and in fourth place, John Cox. We'll give you the official result in just a second. The result, a win for number 12, Shane Colvin. In second place, number 14, John Jefferies. Third, number 15, Tommy Cooper. In fourth place, 611, John Cox. Fifth place to number 13, Martin Williams. And in sixth place, number 10, Carlos Ezagalis. The winning time, 1 minute 12.57. That's 1 minute 12.57. The winning time, the numbers were 12, 14, 15, 611, 13, and number 10. Riders then regrouping then for race number 1. So we may have lost a couple of the riders, we'll see. We've still got the red flag up, so we're still waiting for riders to come out for this ride. I don't know whether Krista will be out there. He was pretty shook up there, we'll see. This is the rerun of race number 1. Joe Screen takes the lead, Glen Cunningham in second. Dyfed Evans doing the chase in there. Wayne Barrett comes up the inside into third place. But out in front at the moment it is Joe Screen. The Screen machine leading then, looks over his shoulder, checks the opposition, and Glen Cunningham in second. Wayne Barrett in third. Then it's number 8, that's Daniel Winterton there from Cheshire in that fourth place. But it's Joe Screen looking very, very impressive as he pulls away now from Glen Cunningham with Wayne Barrett in third. Then Daniel Winterton and then Andy Garfield and then Dyfed Evans who's dropped back. Andy Garfield, of course, former Arena Essex and Somerset Speedway rider. Joe Screen then wins and second place goes to Glen Cunningham. 1 lap to go. I was saying I was getting carried away there. Getting carried away. Joe Screen though is here. He's going to take the checker flag. So there we go. No change in what I said as they went across the line. There you go. Joe Screen then wins. Glen Cunningham gets second. But Wayne Barrett is coasting. So in third place it was Daniel Winterton. Then Dyfed Evans. Then Andy Garfield. And that means that Wayne's just going to push over the line for a point there. So that was bad luck for Wayne Barrett. Certainly a lot of drama for him in his first few races. Gary Lane there going over to check to see what the problem is. So a win there for number 7, Joe Screen. In second place, number 5, Glen Cunningham. Third, number 8, Daniel Winterton. Fourth was 111, Dyfed Evans. In fifth place, number 606, Andy Garfield. And in sixth place, number 3, that's Wayne Barrett. And the winning time, 1 minute 09.23. 1 minute 09.23. Well, if you just arrived, we're just on race 3. We've had the flying lap competition won by Shane Colvin. We've just had the Super 16s, race 1 and race 2. This is race 3, the 500cc class. And this one's sponsored by BJ Building Services, Matt Bird. This is race number 3. Number 83 is the front first. That's Phil Ashcroft. Former Midland Centre champion Phil Ashcroft with a good start there. Phil pulls away, looks over his shoulder, checks where the opposition is. Up in the second place has gone Chris Walters, number 30. The addition to the programme from Herefordshire, Worcestershire, the county of. And that's Chris Walters there doing the chasing there in second place, number 30. But Phil Ashcroft looking very impressive out front in this first race for the 500s. Then we got number 18, Tommy Crewe from the Midlands, and it's Colin Harris from Western Supermare. Number 19, Colin about to come under extreme pressure though. But it was a good start from Colin, very much come on the Grasstrack scene over the last couple of years. 83 then, Phil Ashcroft with 1 lap to go. Chris Walters, then Tommy Crewe. Then Colin Harris. Colin having a tremendous ride, holding back John Weeks, the Bristol rider. There's Richard Cooper, number 37, followed by Bob Fletcher, number 28. And there's the local boy, number 11, Sean Wiggins. Helped by Pat Wiggins. Some of you may remember him racing a few years ago. The result of race number 3, the 500cc's first heat, and it was a win for number 83, Phil Ashcroft. In second place, number 30, Chris Walters. Third place, number 18, Tommy Crewe. Fourth was number 19, Colin Harris. In fifth place, number 46, John Weeks. Sixth was number 37, Richard Cooper. Seventh, number 28, Bob Fletcher. And in eighth place, number 11, Sean Wiggins. The winning time, 1 minute 14.99. 1 minute 14.99. Come into line then. This is again, as I said, the race number 4, the 500cc, sponsored by Powell Special Components. Off the line they go. Rob Melksham it is. It hits the front first. That's Ken's son. So it's good to see Rob Melksham getting a good start in this special meeting in memory of his father. So Rob Melksham leads, number 91. The Wessex Centre's reigning champion he is at the moment. Very spectacular. Paul Derrick, another Bristol rider, comes up in the second place. Now you notice the riders are slowing up there. That's Paul Evitts just slowing up with problems. Paul has just won the European Veterans Championship on the continent. So Rob Melksham, Paul Derrick, then Jim Collins up in the third. Then it's Darren Harris, 171. Then Neil Wadhams, the former commentator, number 204. And then it's number 3, Chris Andrews. So 1 lap to go for Rob Melksham, but this really is a Bristol clean sweep here on home turf. You could say the Bristol Grass Racing Combines meeting we've got. And Rob Melksham scything his way through the back markers at the moment. And really is a spectacular rider. At one point he held the Southern Wessex and Southwestern Centre Championships all at the same time a couple of years back. Rob Melksham then takes victory. Paul Derrick gets second place. Jim Collins gets third, and then Darren Harris, 171, comes in for fourth. Neil Wadhams is fifth, number 204. riding today. It wasn't you rocking that caravan, was it? Right, let's get on with the racing. Sponsored by Climb and Tree Surgery and Landscaping. Original gardening requirements. From the Military Program, which is race number 5. Same as 500. Right, off the road we go. Andy Garfield gets a good start. Tim Curnock right there. Curnock swamps around the outside. A good move from Tim Curnock. He's one half of the Midland Centre champion this year, the equal champion with Tim Nobes. He also won the Free County Show Grasstrack. Tim Nobes then leads. Andy Garfield in second. Phil Harris in third. Then Matt Budd's moving up into fourth. Phil Harris, been racing now for many, many years, comes out to ride in the Wessex Centre events, and some of you may remember him from the past. He's moving up into second place, getting the better of Andy Garfield. Tim Curnock it is who leads. Phil Harris in second. Matt Budd's now broken away, and Tony George. Now this is incredible, because Tony George in 666 out there, or I should say 606. Well, Tony George will get his number as he comes by, but Tony George rode for Plymouth and Romford back in 69 and 70. That's it, 666, Tony George there, former speedway rider from about 30 odd years ago. Dave Berry with problems there, coasting over the line. As Tim Curnock takes a checkered flag ahead of Phil Harris, number 297. The winner number 726, Tim Curnock. In second place, number 297, Phil Harris. Third was 606, Andy Garfield. Fourth, 366, Matt Budd. In fifth place, it was 666, Tony George. In sixth place, 280, Steve Dowling. Seventh was 161, Krista Willits. Then it was 364, David Needham, followed by number 41, Steve Bridgewater. The winning time, 1 minute 16.28. 1 minute 16.28. Right, here we go then, the 350cc is the first ones we've seen in the afternoon. And it's Mark Taylor who's the front first. This is Mark Taylor of Neil Taylor and Roger Taylor fame, the RTS company. And Mark Taylor is winner of British Best Pairs Championships on several occasions. And also former Southern and Midland Centre champion. And coming on the inside is Barry Powell. Barry Powell comes up the inside, almost gets through, doesn't quite get through. This is Gloucestershire versus Gloucestershire here. Barry Powell from the Forest of Needle then closes in again. Mark Taylor holds him off. This is turning out to be a tremendous scrap. Barry Powell keeps it tight on the inside. Mark Taylor keeps ahead. He's leading. Lee Gayden and Charlie Saunders also having a battle over third and fourth place, with Charlie Saunders just getting the better of Lee Gayden. Lee Gayden, the reigning Wessex Centre champion. Now Barry Powell's coming again, but at the moment it's Mark Taylor who has the lead. 1 lap to go for Mark Taylor, and now Barry Powell's going to be under pressure because Charlie Saunders is closing in, and he's coming alongside Barry. Barry Powell then is now battling with Charlie Saunders for second place, wheel to wheel. The young man from 90 in Wiltshire comes up onto the second place, but he's gone very wide, and Barry Powell keeps it tight as they come towards the checkered flag. Barry Powell, I think, just got there ahead of Charlie, with Lee Gayden in fourth place. We'll wait for the lap scores to confirm that, but tremendous racing here in the first 350cc class race of the afternoon. Mark Taylor Second place, number 82, Barry Powell. Third was number 25, Charlie Saunders. Fourth was 116, Lee Gayden. In fifth place was number 278. And 278, Simon Phillips. In sixth place, number 14, Sam Foley. Seventh was 212, Luke Cox. Eighth was 222, Jody Hodgsen. And in ninth place was 276. And that was, I believe that was one of the, I haven't got it in my programme, I believe that's another one of the Phillips. I think that was Ron Phillips. Winning time 1 minute 15.42. 1 minute 15.42. We're now on with the 250cc race number 7, sponsored by Kellaway Building Supplies Limited from 99 Staple Hill Road, Fish Ponds. Good to see so many of the local companies sponsoring this meeting. Now the 250s, of course, we haven't got Lee Street, but we got Paul Simmons, we've got David Knowles, we've got Neil Taylor, Krister. We've got a whole host of stars here this afternoon in the 250s, and off the line they go. Paul Simmons gets a good start. Jim Collins is also there right with him. And, well, James Charles had a bad start. But at the moment, it's all happening here. There's four riders now battling. 3 riders battling for the leaders. Neil Taylor comes through the middle. Neil Taylor then through the middle. David Knowles has come through now. Number 64 has gone through. So it's all changed there. 64 then. David Knowles, the former British champion, taking on the reigning British champion. So David Knowles leads against Neil Taylor, the reigning British champion, in second place. David Knowles won the British title in 2004. And he comes alongside Neil Taylor. Look at this for a wheel-to-wheel battle between these two champions. The reigning champion. Jim Collins has got problems. He runs onto the infield with his machine. So one of the local boys there going on the infield. And Neil Taylor leads, then David Knowles second, Paul Simmons third. In fourth place is Krister. In fifth place is James Child. James Child comes swooping around the outside of Krister. And the battle in there for the leaders. Neil Taylor takes a checker flag and takes victory in race number 7, the first of the 250s. David Knowles gets second. And I can tell you that James Child is actually on a 250 Jawa instead of his normal KTM, a different machine there. He's only ridden it once before, and so he's on a brand new machine there. He's only had one outing with it, so not his usual mount. He's on a 4-stroke. We'll give you the result in just a second. The result of race number 7, the 250, a win for 173, Neil Taylor. Second, number 64, David Knowles. Third, number 31, Paul Simmons. Fourth, number 97, James Child. Fifth was 182, Krister. And in sixth place, 414, Nigel Hibbard. Winning time, 1 minute 16.02. 1 minute 16.02, the winning time. Just to let you know, everybody, after this race, this next race coming up, the pre-75s, there will be a short 2-minute break while they put the flags back in. If you remember, we gave a warning to the riders recently about taking the flags out. Well, straight after this race, they've got to put them all back in because so many of the riders have been knocking them out, because the riders have to stay between those flags on the inside and the outside circuit. Otherwise, if they don't, then obviously they can be excluded. So they have been warned so far, the riders. So we may see some exclusions going on if they don't stay between the pegs. Pre-75s and machines produced before 1975. This one sponsored by Barrett Motocross. This is race number 8 in your programme. Off the line they go. And it is Dave Norris, number 17. Dave Norris, twice British Pre-75 champion at Nailsworth. They hold the British Pre-75 championships there every year, and basically Dave Norris has won this year and also won last year. He's from Manchester in the north of England, and Dave Norris leads. Darren Harris in second place, Glen Stanton in third, Tony George in fourth, Colin Harris in fifth, and then there's a smoking Jack there with Charlie Patterson. Charlie is one of the main organisers of the Somerton Grasstrack Club, and out there on his Jap there, smoking away. but at the moment it is Dave Norris who leads. Darren Harris holding off Glen Stanton. Glen Stanton comes in to challenge Glen number 811. Glen Stanton have been riding for many years, won the Southwestern Centre 350cc Championship a few years ago, and his father Carl Stanton used to race as well, but at the moment it's Dave Norris with 1 lap to go. So the British champion out in front. Glen Stanton comes into second place ahead of Darren. Now, in fact, Glen goes wide, so he's lost some ground. Now he comes again, and Darren Harris slows right down. He's got Tony George right on his back wheel. Tony George comes from the inside. Now Colin Harris coming to join him as well. Number 17 then takes the checkered flag. Second place goes to Glen Stanton. Darren Harris third, Tony George fourth, Charlie Patterson fifth, Colin Harris sixth. That's the order as they come across the line. And then we've got the former British champion back from 2004, Ian Guttridge ahead of Will Taylor and Bob Fletcher. Race number 8, the pre-75 class, a win for the British champion, number 17, Dave Norris. In second place, 811, Glen Stanton. In third place, 171, Darren Harris. Fourth was 666, Tony George. In fifth place, number 48, Charlie Patterson. Sixth place, number 19, Colin Harris. Seventh was 174, Ian Guttridge. Eighth, number 287, Will Taylor. And in ninth place, number 411, Dave Burry. Winning time, 1 minute 20.63. 1 minute 20.63 last year. So that's Dave Meredith, number 9. And there are a few others. We'll run through a few of those when they come back out, because they're on the line now. So this is the FGA, the Four-Wheeler Grasstrack Association, and this is race number 9 in your program, sponsored by Adrian and Sally Rock. Remember, only 125cc machines, and into the lead goes number 9. That's Dave Meredith. You just heard about Dave, so a good start from him. So this is the 125s, the small machines, but usually produce very, very close racing. And you wouldn't have seen these anywhere, I don't think, else. Sam Flowers there, number 44, he's 45 years old, rides for the Reeking Club. He's come from on the inside of Dave Meredith. Dave Meredith a fight back. But this is Sam Flowers leading, and Dave Meredith in second place. Dave Meredith had not let him get away, closes up on his back wheel. These two looks like they're going to have a good battle, but there is a third rider closing in on them. And that is number 16, and that's John Jones, known as Mick, the one I just mentioned. And those three have broken well clear of the rest of the riders. But look at the battle going on as Dave Meredith comes back into the lead. Remember, these are only 125cc machines. Sam Flowers now comes through. This wheel to wheel, look at that as they go down the whole straightaway there. And who sits in fourth place is none other than Jody Hodgsen, number 222. And Jody, of course, a regular on the 350s in the mainstream line Grasstrack racing. But at the moment, as they come towards the checker flag, who's going to get there? It's going to be Sam Flowers on the line, ahead of Dave Meredith. And Mick Jones there was next. Then it was Jody Hodgsen ahead of Ross Wharton. We'll give you the official result in just a second, but quite unique, so unusual. I'm sure a lot of you here have not seen that type of Grasstrack racing before, but that's how some of the stars actually start racing. The result, a win for number 44, Sam Flowers. Second, number 9, Dave Meredith. Third, number 16, John Jones. Fourth, number 222, Jody Hodgsen. Fifth, 251, Ross Wharton. Sixth was Nick Collins. I think his name's Nick. He was one of the Collinses, one of the brothers who doesn't normally ride, and I'll mention him in a minute. In 7th place, number 59, Mike Flynn. In 8th place, number 95, Craig Mann. Winning time, 1 minute 30.32. 1 minute 30.32. The numbers are 44, 9, 16, 222, 251, 305, 59 and 95. Well, Nick Collins was a former cycle speedway star several years ago, along with the other Collinses, Jim Collins and Mark Collins, who were all good top-class cycle speedway competitors. So there we go. Now let's look at now the pace hots up again because we're back with the Super 16. This is race number 10, sponsored by YHC Hire Services based in Yeovil. Marsh was due out in this particular race, but obviously he took that nasty tumble, so it must be a non-starter. Off the line they go, and it's a good start there for number 13. Martin Williams gets a flyer. John Jefferies up there in second place, but it's the young man from Newark in Gloucestershire who leads this one. Martin Williams, a 2003 and 2005 Midland Centre champion. Having a second place now, has gone number 15 now, moving up into second place as Thomas Cooper from the Southeastern Centre. And John Jefferies, well, he gets going again, but he's got work to do. Martin Williams is absolutely flying out in this one ahead of Thomas Cooper. And then it's number 3, Wayne Barrett, followed by number 606, Andy Garfield. So Martin Williams dominating this Super 16 race with 1 lap to go, number 13. Thomas Cooper comes by John Jefferies. John just coasting around with the points as he's getting lapped now by the faster boys. It's going to be Martin Williams, number 13, who takes the checkered flag. Tommy Cooper, number 15, gets second place. Third place will go to number 3, Wayne Barrett. Fourth is 606, Andy Garfield. And in fifth place, a lap down, is John Jefferies. Race number 10, a win for number 13, Martin Williams. In second place, number 15, Thomas Cooper. Third was number 3, Wayne Barrett. Fourth was number 606, Andy Garfield. Fifth was number 14, John Jefferies. Winning time, 1 minute 08.92. 1 minute 08.92. So race number 11 then, sponsored by John Vigers, coming to the line. We got the full grid of riders in this one. Race number 11, Joe Screen gets a good start. Glen Cunningham on the inside. Dyfed Evans on his right shoulder, and a good start there by Dyfed Evans there. But it is Joe Screen again, and look at the Screen machine go. The former British Speedway and Grasstrack champion out in front. Joe Screen then leads. Dyfed Evans from Wales in second place, and Glen Cunningham in third. I should say Darren Pugh in second, then it's Dyfed Evans in fourth. So that's the order there. But it is Joe Screen who leads. Number 11, Darren Pugh in second place, then Glen Cunningham. Shane Colvin on a bad start, now making his way through. And remember, Shane fought his way through earlier on, but this time he's got work to do. But Joe Screen, he comes over the line with 1 lap to go. It is Joe Screen from Darren Pugh. Glen Cunningham has a tiger on his tail because Shane Colvin is moving in. Shane Colvin comes on the inside. Glen Cunningham fights back. The battle's on between these two, and Glen Cunningham just holds Shane Colvin. Shane Colvin comes again. Shane Colvin comes out the inside of Glen Cunningham. Joe Screen wins. Darren Pugh gets second. Shane Colvin third. Glen Cunningham fourth. Up in the fifth place goes number 8, Daniel Winterton. What some incredible racing, but what a race there. Joe Screen dominating this race. Race number 11, and a win for number 7, Joe Screen. In second place, number 11, Darren Pugh. Third was number 12, Shane Colvin. Fourth, number 5, Glen Cunningham. In 5th place, number 8, Daniel Winterton. 6th place was 111, Dyfed Evans. And in 7th place, number 10, Australian Carlos Ezagales. Winning time, 1 minute 08. That's the exactly 1 minute 08, and that's the fastest time so far today. Does Selwyn? Right, on we go then. This is race number 12, the 500cc. Quickest in the first batch of heats was Phil Ashcroft. I don't think Phil's actually in this particular heat. Off the line they go. Rod Melksham. In fact, it was Rod Melksham the quickest, wasn't it? It was slightly quicker than Phil Ashcroft in the heats. There's Rod Melksham leading, Tim Curnock in second. So Tim Curnock actually won one of his heats earlier on, but he's taken second best to Rocket Rod Melksham at the moment. The Wessex Centre reigning champion leads Rod Melksham from Tim Curnock. Chris Walters moves up into 3rd place. Tommy Crewe's in 4th spot. So those are the top 4. Look at Rod Melksham go down the back straight. He's powering away here. And listen to the way he leg trails around those corners. He is so exciting to watch. Rod Melksham then out in front from Tim Curnock. Then Chris Walters, then Tommy Crewe, then Phil Harris, number 297. Then there's a battle going on at the back there. 171, Darren Harris getting the better of the best of the rest. But Tim Curnock's holding his hand in the air. He's got problems for Tim Curnock. 91, Rod Melksham onto his final lap. Chris Walters now coming under pressure from Tommy Crewe. Tommy Crewe comes on the inside of Chris Walters. The battles are wheel-to-wheel battles. They go down the back straight there. But at the moment, Rocket Rod Melksham comes in. He takes some of the back markers. He takes a win and a victory in race number 12. Who's going to be in 2nd place? It's Tommy Crewe, just on the line ahead of Chris Walters. And then Phil Harris in 4th. In 5th place, it was Matt Bird. And then it's Darren Harris. Tony George, the veteran there, coasting on the outside of the circuit, followed by number 37. Then Richard Cooper goes over the line. And then in his first season of grass track racing, the young man from here at Chippenham, Sean Wiggins. And lucky, Tim Curnock, number 726, coasting. The result of race number 12, a win for 91, Rod Melksham. In 2nd place, number 18, Tommy Crewe. 3rd was number 30, Chris Walters. 4th, 297, Phil Harris. 5th was 366, Matt Bird. In 6th place, 171, Darren Harris. 7th, number 37, Richard Cooper. In 8th place, number 11, Sean Wiggins. 9th, 726, Tim Curnock. In 10th, it was 666, Tony George. And in 11th place, number 3, Chris Andrews. Winning time, 1 minute 14.15. 1 minute 14.15. Right, riders on the line then, race number 13. Andy Garfield having a busy day, he gets away, he's in the Super 16 on the 500cc class, and here he is leading this one. So Andy Garfield still rides a bit of speedway in the second half at Somerset. Andy Garfield then leads from John Weeks, number 46, the former motocrosser. Then it's number 161, Krista Willits in our 3rd place. Neil Waddops in 4th. Neil, who was a regular commentator up in the Midlands area back in the 1980s and took up grass track racing. Usually got his fan club with him. Andy Garfield then leads. John Weeks in 2nd place. Krista Willits 3rd. Neil Waddops 4th. Then it's Dave Burry, number 411. And then we have number 364 bringing up the rear. That's David Needham. We haven't seen David down here that often from Leicester. Andy Garfield's flying. He's really flying onto the last lap. John Weeks has got him in his side speed. Can do nothing about him at all in this one. And those two pull away from Krista Willits. Neil Waddops closing in on Krista Willits. So that's going to be quite tight as they come over the line. Dave Burry then just ahead of David Needham. But checkered flag is going to go to Andy Garfield. Number 606, he takes victory from number 46 for Bristol 1-2 there. Krista Willits holds on for 3rd. Neil Waddops gets 4th. He was number 204. Who's going to get this 5th place? Dave Berry going wide. David Needham coming up the inside, and Dave Berry loses out. So 364 followed by 411 was how they finished there. In 2nd place, number 46, John Weeks. 3rd, 161, Krista Willits. In 4th place, number 204, Neil Wadhoops. 5th was number 364, David Needham. And then it was 411, Dave Berry. And the winning time, 1 minute 18.64. 1 minute 18.64. Off the line we go then. Phil Ashcroft leads. The battle going on there for 2nd place. Poor Derrick tight on the inside for Bristol there, 117 in 2nd place. But it's Phil Ashcroft out in front. Phil actually won the Midland Centre Championship 3 times in 1990, 91 and 95. Very class rider. He's out there leading this one. The Bristol riders then in 2nd and 3rd, then Colin Harris. But just look at the lead that Phil Ashcroft has got at the moment over the rest of them, and he's absolutely flying in this 500cc class. Battles on for that 2nd spot. Jim Collins gets the better of Paul Derrick. Then in 4th place is Colin Harris from Western-super-Mare, then Steve Dowling, then Bob Fletcher. Behind them it's Steve Bridgewater, and then number 265 brings up the rear, Andy Gardiner. 1 lap to go for Phil Ashcroft. Phil Ashcroft, number 83, out on his own. Paul Derrick's taken over back at 2nd place. Then it's Jim Collins, the former Cycle Speedway star. And then it's Colin Harris from Western-super-Mare in that order. Those are the leaders. The checker flag goes out and Phil Ashcroft takes victory in race number 14. Paul Derrick, 117, he gets 2nd place. Jim Collins looking down at his bike there, he gets 3rd ahead of Colin Harris. And then it's Steve Dowling in 5th place. 6th was number 28, Bob Fletcher. Then it was number 41 in 7th place. That was Steve Bridgewater. And in 8th place, Andy Gardiner, number 265. The result of race number 14, a win for number 83, Phil Ashcroft. In 2nd place, to 117, Paul Derrick. 3rd was number 205, Jim Collins. 4th, number 19, Colin Harris. In 5th place, number 280, Steve Dowling. 6th was number 28, Bob Fletcher. 7th, number 41, Steve Bridgewater. And in 8th place, number 265, Andy Gardiner. Winning time, 1 minute 15.72. 1 minute 15.72. So there we have it. That was 83, 117, 205, 19, 280, 28, 41 and 265. Your programme should be up to date for 14 races here at Allington. Off the line they go, and it's Mark Taylor. Mark Taylor takes the lead. And swooping around the outside, Charlie Saunders. The battle is on now because Mark Taylor's coming under pressure again. So a quick start there, but he's going backwards at the moment. Charlie Saunders leads. Barry Powell in 2nd. Mark Taylor in 3rd. The reigning Wessex Centre champion can do nothing at all about these boys today. He's back in 4th place. Charlie Saunders going like a rocket train out front, and he's now ahead of Mark Taylor, with Barry Powell keeping a watching brief back there in 3rd spot. So it's a young gun there in his first season, his first full season that is, of adult racing. He really is a name to watch. From 90 just down the road, we'll have to watch his progress over the next few years. His name is Charlie Saunders, and he's leading here. Mark Taylor, comes on the inside. Mark Taylor moves up on the inside. The battle's on. 1 lap to go. Mark Taylor on the inside of Charlie Saunders. They've dropped Barry. Barry Powell's dropped right back, and Charlie holds him off. Charlie Saunders holds him off. Then Mark Taylor comes again. The battle's on as they come into the final 2 corners, and Mark Taylor keeps it tight on the inside. They come towards the checker flag. It's Charlie Saunders. Charlie Saunders wins. Mark Taylor gets 2nd. Barry Powell gets 3rd. Lee Gayden gets 4th. And in 5th place, it is Simon Phillips. And in 6th place, number 14, was Sam Foley. Well, very quick time indeed, I can tell you, for this 350cc race. Now, win for number 25, Charlie Saunders. In second place, 170, Mark Taylor. Third, number 82, Barry Powell. Fourth, 116, Lee Gayden. In fifth place, number 278, Simon Phillips. Sixth was number 14, Sam Foley. In seventh place, number 212, Luke Cox. And then in eighth place, number 276, Ron Phillips. Winning time, 1 minute 13.62. 1 minute 13.62. One rider getting a bit of a wheelie off the line there. That was James Child. So David Knowles, Neil Taylor at it again. The battle's on. Neil Taylor comes up the inside, the reigning British champion versus the previous British champion. And, well, Neil Taylor then, David Knowles in second place. James Child now moving up as well. So we got Krister, Paul Simmons, and Nigel Hibbard, and problems again for Jim Collins. Mechanically wise, he's having major problems there, so he needs to get his mechanic onto that bike. But Neil Taylor, the British champion, leads. David Knowles and James Charles closing in. Then Chris Still, then it's Paul Simmons, and Nigel Hibbard is the other rider going round. Neil Taylor now starting to pull away from the other two, but look at James Charles go. As James Charles goes round, swoops round the outside of David Knowles. Just listen to that roar of that 250cc Jawa. You don't see many 250 Jawas on the Grasstrack scene, but it is Neil Taylor heading for the checkered flag. He's going to get there. A win for 173. James Child gets second. David Knowles drops back into third place. He gets number 64. He gets third. Then it's Paul Simmons, followed by Chris Still, 182, and then 414. Race 16, the 250s, a win for 173, Neil Taylor. In second place, number 97, James Child. Third, number 64, David Knowles. Fourth, 31, Paul Simmons. Fifth was 182, Chris Still. And in sixth place, 414, Nigel Hibbard. And the winning time, 1 minute 15.39. 1 minute 15.39. And the numbers were 173, 97, 64, 31, 182, 414, and the winning time again, 1 minute 15.39. But of course, it was between 71 and 84 when they had racing here at Allington on different circuits. Very often an evening grass track, part of the Chippenham at Home, which was basically the Chippenham Carnival meetings. Here we go. This is the pre-75s then. Dave Norris, the British champion, won last time out. This time Glen Stanford has got the draw. Glen Stanford leads. Ian Guthridge got a better start on the inside, but being overhauled now. And Glen Stanford it is. And where is Dave Norris? Dave Norris is back in fourth place. Now he moves up. Tony George is up there, but Dave Norris closing in. He's got to go wide because he's been boxed off because Tony George leads. Glen Stanford now side by side with Tony George. For those of you who saw this rider when he was in his peak back in 1969 and 70, he was very, very spectacular. And he's found form again all these years on. Tony George and the former Rumford and Plymouth Speedway rider holding off the others, holding off the British champion. Dave Norris goes wide around the outside, number 17, and moves down to the lead. Tony George holds him off, but not for long as Dave Norris moves into the lead. And so the British champion is back up there early. Darren Harris pulls onto the infield, but it is Dave Norris leading. Tony George in second place. Glen Stanton in third. Then it's Colin Harris. Then Charlie Patterson on that Smoky Joe 2. The Jap there smoking away. Then it's Ian Guthridge. Then Will Taylor. Then Dave Burry in that order. But here comes the leader for the checkered flag. It's Dave Norris with 2 races and 2 wins in the pre-75s. Glen Stanton gets second. Tony George gets third. And, well, we'll give you the official result in just a second. I think it was then Colin Harris, then Charlie Patterson, but we'll check those results in just a second. But tremendous racing here in the pre-75s there, race 17. The result, a win for number 17, Dave Norris. In second place, 811, Glen Stanton. Third, number 666, Tony George. In fourth place, number 19, Colin Harris. Fifth, number 48, Charlie Patterson. Sixth was 174, Ian Gutteridge. In seventh place, number 287, Will Taylor. Eighth was 411, Dave Burry. And the winning time, 1 minute 21.90. 1 minute 21.90. The numbers were 17, 811, 666, 19, 48, 174, 287 and 411 was how they finished. On we go. This is the 125s. This is sponsored by the YHC Hire Services of Yeovil. Well, some of the other riders, Craig Mann, number 95. Craig has travelled down from Daventry today in Northamptonshire. Started with the FGA last season, so new to this type of Grasstrack racing. A good start there for number 16. And that's John Jones getting a good start there. Sam Flowers in second place. Now, if you've just arrived, this is the 125. Oh! And John Jones got problems. He's looked at the machine. He's got problems with that bike. So our early leader having problems. So Sam Flowers it is, up front. And Jody Hodgsen going right on the outside, but Dave Meredith close on the inside. Dave Meredith getting the better of Jody Hodgsen. Jody Hodgsen in third place. We normally see Jody in the 350cc class, but he's out on the FGAs today. Number 44, Sam Flowers, looking good. Pulls away from Dave Meredith. Then Jody Hodgsen. And it's Ross Wharton in fourth place. One lap to go for Sam Flowers. Dave Meredith now starting to close. Then Jody Hodgsen, then Ross Wharton. Then it's Nick Collins. Then number 59 is next. That's Mike Flynn, the veteran. And then number 95, Craig Mann. Number 16 going to have to push all the way back as a checkered flag goes out. It's number 44. Sam Flowers wins. Dave Meredith gets second place. The result, a win for number 44, Sam Flowers. Second, number 9, Dave Meredith. In third place, number 251, Ross Wharton. Fourth was number 222, Jody Hodgsen. Fifth was 305, Nick Collins. Sixth was number 59, Mike Flynn. And then it was number 95 bringing up the rear, which was Craig Mann. Winning time, 1 minute 30.07. 1 minute 30.07. The numbers were 44, 9, 251, 222, 305, 59 and 95. That winning time again, 1 minute 30.07. And we got one rider not in place as starter marshal pulls them in. There we go. It is that man, Joe Screen again. Joe Screen leads. Dyfed Evitts in second place. But flying start there from Joe Screen. He's absolutely flying, and it's quite amazing. We've got some dust coming up after all the rain we've had in the last 12 hours. Joe Screen then leads. Dyfed Evitts in second place. Daniel Winterton in third. Then it was Tommy. As the dust kicks up, and Joe Screen heads towards us. And look at this, a wheelie. So that photographer got that picture. That was a good picture. Dyfed Evitts there. Then Daniel Winterton. Then it is Tommy Cooper. And Carlos Azagallis, the Australian rider who rides Speedway, is unfortunately not doing too well at the moment at the back there. But Joe Screen it is out in front, dominated this one. Dyfed Evitts, who's had a few continental outings this year, been racing over there in France and Germany, and he's just ahead there of Daniel Winterton, the Cheshire Flyer. Joe Screen then comes over for the checkered flag. Dyfed Evitts gets second, Daniel Winterton third, Tommy Cooper fourth, and fifth place goes to number 10, Carlos Azagallis. The result, a win for number 7, Joe Screen. In second place, number 111, Dyfed Evans. In third place, number 8, Daniel Winterton. Fourth, number 15, Thomas Cooper. And in fifth place, number 10, Carlos Ezagalis. Winning time, 1 minute 12.38. 1 minute 12.38. Pitch coming out to the grass track the other night, after putting the stakes up, I think it was. I reckon he had a sneak preview with the beer tent. Right, race 20. And off the line they go. Martin Williams on the outside gets a good start. So too did number 11, Darren Pugh. John Jefferies makes his way up. We've got one rider pulled out, right out wide there, but John Jefferies quite slow off the mark this time around. And it is Shane Colvin who's come through. Shane Colvin now leads. Then Darren Pugh, then John Jefferies. Wayne Barrett, then is Andy Garfield. And well, what happened there to Martin Williams? He slowed right up. And now he's got going again, but he's right back. Oh, Shane Colvin, Cowboy Shane. That's it. Darren Pugh into the lead. John Jefferies in second. There's all happening here. And you've seen the horse riding. I mean, the Bronco busted. Well, Shane Colvin was doing his best on a motorbike there, wasn't he? Darren Pugh leads. John Jefferies second. Shane Colvin third. Wayne Barrett in fourth. And Martin Williams has got going. Look at the way he came through there past Andy Garfield. The battle's on up front. The checker flag's being made ready. It's Darren Pugh who takes the checker flag. John Jefferies gets that second place, and Shane Colvin kept going to get third. Fourth place to Wayne Barrett. Fifth place to Martin Williams. And sixth place to Andy Garfield. The result of race number 20. A win for number 11, Darren Pugh. In second place, number 14, John Jefferies. Third, number 12, Shane Colvin. Fourth, number 3, Wayne Barrett. Fifth, number 13, Martin Williams. And in sixth place, number 606, Andy Garfield. Winning time, 1 minute 12.75. 1 minute 12.75. And another top-class lineup of riders will be there for the Swindon Grasstrack Club, the other club here in what we call the Wessex Centre. Riders come off the line then for all the 500s. Andy Garfield, a quick change, he's back out again. Steve Dowling in second, Bob Fletcher in third. Well, a bit of a depleted field in this one. Well, Andy Garfield out on his own in this one, well clear of Steve Dowling and Bob Fletcher. Andy having a busy day because he's actually racing in two classes, usually helped out by photographer Ted Humphrey. Number 3, that's Chris Andrews, his addition to the programme. So the yellow and black flag goes out. Andy Garfield on his way to victory. Still, Steve Dowling. Steve, of course, also well known on the trial scene, as he rides in trials as well as grass tracks. And then Bob Fletcher, who made a return to grass track racing in the last couple of years. Used to race a few years ago, but made a return to racing. Andy Garfield, then, the former Arena Essex and Somerset Speedway rider, takes the checker flag. Oh, that was close. We're waiting for the lap scores to tell us who finished second and third. And then in fourth place, number 3, Chris Andrews. The result, a win for number 606, Andy Garfield. Second, number 28, Bob Fletcher. Third, 280, Steve Dowling. Fourth, number 3, Chris Andrews. And the winning time, 1 minute 24.24. 1 minute 24.24. Off the line they go then, the race number 22. Ken Melksham then leads. Paul Derrick in second place. Richard Cooper in third. Neil Walliams moves up on the inside in fourth place. but Rod Melksham coming under pressure there on the far side. Rocket Rod Melksham then being chased by Paul Derrick, the young pretender. Paul Derrick then closing in, the youngster. Right up behind Rod Melksham. The battle's on there as they pull away from Richard Cooper. Spectacular Rocket Rod Melksham there. Just look at his leg trailing antics as he goes around the corner. And Paul Derrick in second place. Then it's Richard Cooper, number 37 in third. Neil Williams is in fourth. And what about that? Neil Waddles even took the time and trouble to put the thumbs up to the lady on the flags as he went by, waving to her as he went by. Rod Melksham's really pulling away now onto his final lap ahead of Paul Derrick. Paul, of course, also raced in time trials as well in the winter. Then Richard Cooper, son of Brian Cooper, who used to race back in the 50s and 60s. You still see Brian at some of the Southern Centre meetings on his Rudge. Rocket Rod Melksham then takes the checker flag in race number 22. Paul Derrick gets second place. Richard Cooper, number 37, comes in for third. Neil Waddles gets fourth place. Fifth, it's 3, 6, 4 and 6, number 41. So race 22, the result, a win for number 91, Rod Melksham. In second place, number 117, Paul Derrick. Third, number 37, Richard Cooper. Fourth, 204, Neil Waddles. In fifth place, number 364, David Needham. And in sixth place, number 41, Steve Bridgewater. Winning time, 1 minute 15.16. 1 minute 15.16. Off the line they go, this one then, race 23, the third of the 500s. Phil Ashcroft leads. Good start there from Phil Ashcroft. And he already pulling away. Just look at the drive he gets as he goes down that back straight. So Phil Ashcroft, 3 times Midland Centre champion, out on his own lead in this one. Phil Harris up into second place. And Chris Walters, he moves up into third. Chris Harris, well known for racing with his Red Arrows body colour back some 20 years ago when the Red Arrows were based at Kemble. So Phil Ashcroft then out in front from Phil Harris. Then Chris, well, look at the battle going on there. Tommy Crewe and John Weeks battling it out for that fourth place. Wall-to-wall battles, they go down the back straight, neither of them giving an inch at all. Phil Ashcroft out to his last lap. Now Phil Harris coming under pressure from Chris Walters. Tommy Crewe holds off John Weeks. And then it's Matt Budd, the Bristol rider, next. And Jim Collins blasting past Colin Harris. Jim not having a good day mechanically, but downfield at the moment. Phil Ashcroft then heading for that checkered flag. There it is. Phil Harris gets second place. Chris Walters third. Tommy Crewe fourth. Fifth place was John Weeks, number 46. Sixth was Jim Collins. Seventh was Colin Harris. And then it was 161 Krister Willits. The official result, a win for 83, Phil Ashcroft. Second, 297, Phil Harris. Third was number 30, Chris Walters. Fourth, number 18, Tommy Crewe. In fifth place, number 46, John Weeks. Then we had number 205 in sixth place, that was Jim Collins. Seventh, number 19, Colin Harris. And in eighth place, 161, Krister Willits. And it looks like Matt Budd's not going to push in for a place. The winning time, 1 minute 15.93. 1 minute 15.93. 350cc next, and this one sponsored by the Hodgsen family in the name of the late Reg Hodgsen, Richard's dad. Well, the 350cc, we should see another battle between Charlie Saunders, Mark Taylor and Barry Powell, I would think. Oh, his one rider can't get his bike started over. That's Sam Foley over on the far side there, number 14. He's from Allington. It looks like he's given up because he's pushing in the opposite direction. So he'll be a non-starter in this one as the other riders come down towards the start line. Don't forget, during the break, the catering is open and the bar behind the pits area. So you've got a chance to see your riders and while you go down there. And of course, not very often that you get the chance to see the great Joe Screen. I'm sure that he'll be obliged you with an autograph sometime during the day. Off the line, there you go. On the outside is Charlie Saunders, in the middle is Neil Taylor, on the inside Barry Powell. Neil Taylor gets in the front first. Charlie Saunders swoops around the outside ahead of Barry Powell. So at the moment it's Neil Taylor leading. And then Charlie Saunders, but Barry Powell right tight on his inside. That's the battle, that's the three-way battle at the moment with Mark Taylor. I called him Neil. Mark Taylor, it is who leads. Lee Gayden's closer this time. He's right up there in fourth place, right up behind Charlie Saunders. So Mark Taylor leads. Then it's Barry Powell, then Charlie Saunders, then Lee Gayden in that order. So Mark Taylor starting to pull away. Charlie Saunders won last time out, but is having problems this time as he goes round the outside of Barry Powell. A beautiful move there. Barry Powell fights back. Charlie's gone wide. Hand goes in the air. So problems for the 90-base rider as he goes out. Mark Taylor then onto his last lap. Head of Barry Powell. Lee Gayden not letting Barry Powell get away. He's still there chasing. Then we got Simon Phillips in the Forester D, followed by number 212, Luke Cox, the youngster from down in Somerset. So checkered flag goes to Mark Taylor. Barry Powell gets second. Then it's Lee Gayden in third. Then 278 Simon Phillips, and then 212 Luke Cox. Before we give you the official result, there is a warning gone out to Lee Gayden, not for taking one flag out, but you took several flags out. If somebody can tell Lee Gayden, if one flag is taken out next time, the clerk of the course said you will be disqualified. And Barry Powell also gets a warning for taking out flags. So Barry Powell and Lee Gayden, you have been warned, and especially Lee Gayden, because it seems you took out about a dozen flags, and the clerk of the course is not happy. The result, a win for 170, Mark Taylor. Second, number 82, Barry Powell. Third, 116, Lee Gayden. Fourth, 278, Simon Phillips. And fifth, 212, Luke Cox. Winning time, 1 minute 13.86. That's 1 minute 13.86. The numbers were 170, 82, 116, 278, and 212. 1 minute 13.86, the winning time. That knowledge there of the chain break is courtesy of Laurie, who's the sister of Charlie Saunders, who's busy working today lap scoring. Off the line they go. And look at this, balance. Neil Taylor gets into the lead almost straight away. James Charles, a very, very quick first straight away as he blasts up into that second spot. Neil Taylor then leads. Then James Charles, then Paul Simmons, then Krister, and then Nigel Hibbard. I look around, where is David Knowles then? Where is David Knowles in this one? Maybe somebody in the pits can tell us. Neil Taylor then leads, James Charles, and then Paul Simmons chasing, then Krister. Paul Simmons, Neil Taylor and Krister, we all interviewed them for the official DVD today. So Neil Taylor being chased by James Charles. James on that Jawa, 250cc Jawa, as they come past Nigel Hibbard. And Neil still leading, but James Charles not letting him get a good way. Oh, problems there as he goes over. Nigel Hibbard goes around the outside of him, thankfully. And That was some fall. You think he's okay. He certainly landed awkward. Maybe he hurt his back there, but holding his back or his leg. So the race result then was unfortunate there for James Charles. He was going so well. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. He was holding the back there, lower back area. A win for 173 Neil Taylor. Second, number 31 Paul Simmons. Third, 182 Krister. Fourth was 414 Nigel Hibbard. And the winning time 1 minute 15.14. 1 minute 15.14. Right, on we go then. This is the pre-75s. This is race number 26, sponsored by Stafford Street Garage, and that's Roger Clark. Off the line they go. Dave Norris is there this time. Ian Guthridge gets a much better start this time, but very wide, right on the outside. Tony George in second place. But Dave Norris getting an absolute flyer this time. Looks over his shoulder, looks back, and problems there for the rest of the field, because Dave Norris is well clear. Darren Harris keeping tight on the inside. Glen Stanton in fourth. Charlie Patterson in fifth. And Ian Guthridge has dropped right back. So he's the one with the problems there. But a good battle going on there. Glen Stanton on the outside of Darren Harris. The British champion looking good. He's won the title twice now at Nailsworth. They have the, if you're a live local, I can tell you the British Championships are held at Nailsworth in Gloucestershire on the last Saturday evening of June every year. Dave Norris then leads. Tony George second. Still that battle goes on between Darren Harris and Glen Stanton. And then Charlie Patterson is next. Then it's Ian Guthridge, followed by Will Taylor. So, number 17 then comes to take the checkered flag. Tony George gets second. Wow. I'm going to wait for the lap scores there. Glen Stanton and Darren Harris battled all the way through the race there and came over the line together. So I'll get the official result before I say anything to you with a better result. And it was a win for number 17, Dave Norris. Second, 666, Tony George. Third, 811, Glen Stanton. Fourth, 171, Darren Harris. Fifth, number 48, Charlie Patterson. 6, 174, Ian Guthridge. Seventh, 287, Will Taylor. And the winning time, 1 minute 21.50. 1 minute 21.50. So on we move. This is race number 27. This is the 125s, sponsored by Saunders Metals of Swindon. And that's Les Saunders. And of course Les Saunders was a sidecar competitor many years ago as well. And that's the dad of Charlie. I get all this information because Laurie, the daughter or sister of Charlie, is busy lap scoring next to me. Here we go. Right, race 27. Sam, it is. Got a good start. Number 44. But he looks out there. His bike. Jody Hodgson's right there with him. Jody Hodgsen loses out to number 44, Sam Flowers. Now coming under pressure from the rider that stopped last time. That's John Jones. John Jones comes up in the second. Jody Hodgson's going backwards. John Jones goes into the lead. Sam Flowers is second. Then Dave Meredith is coming to join them as well. So Dave Meredith then joining the front four. Back in fourth place it's Jody Hodgsen. But at the moment it is John Jones, who stopped last time out, who leads from Sam Flowers, who's going extremely well today. Then Dave Meredith. And then it is Jody Hodgsen. Now, when you read the Speedway Star and you see the results of the racing now and the FGA, you know what it's all about, and you now see the stars of the FGA from the Midlands and Shropshire area and Cheshire area. John Jones coming under pressure from Sam Flowers. Dave Meredith coming up, taking the wide line. Jody Hodgsen dropping back. Dave Meredith closes in on the front two. John Jones still leads. Sam Flowers in second place. These three battling for the lead. The checkered flag being made ready. And John Jones, can he hang on there? Because Sam Flowers is right there on his back wheel. They come towards the checkered flag. Oh, John Jones right on the line there. Number 16, 44 gets second. 9 is third. Then it's 2-2-2. Oh, I'm wait again for the fifth and sixth place from the lap scores. Again, a very, very tight finish there. But a good win there for number 16. And that was John Jones, known as Mick. The result of race number 27, a win for number 16, John Jones. Second place, number 44, Sam Flowers. Third, number 9, Dave Meredith. Fourth was 2-2-2, Jody Hodgsen. In fifth place, number 305, Nick Collins. Sixth was 251, Ross Wharton. And in seventh place, number 95, Craig Mann. Winning time, 1 minute 29.43. 1 minute 29.43. Taking that knock, and then Glen Cunningham also taking a knock earlier on. So we got a depleted field here. Off the line they go, and it's Joe Screen who hits the front first. Shane Colvin in second, and well, poor old John Jefferies was left on the line. And so we got a bit of a match race out front now with Joe Screen leading Shane Colvin. Joe Screen it is. Joe has won the British Masters Championship 3 times. I think it was 92, 95 and 03 when he took the Masters Championships. But he's won everything else there is to win. He's won several Parks Bonanzas, Wimborne Whoppers. He's won the Poacher. And he's certainly won quite a lot of the events. John Jefferies, former British Best Pairs champion back in 1996 with Roger Lobb. He's also been a Worcestershire champion and won the Wessex Centre Championship back in the millennium year as John Jefferies. Shane Colvin riding on a Belgian licence, former Reading Speedway ace. And Joe Screen takes the checkered flag and takes victory in race number 28. Shane Colvin gets second and John Jefferies will come in for fourth place. So we can give you the results straight away. A win for number 7, Joe Screen. In second place, number 12, Shane Colvin. Third, number 14, John Jefferies. And the winning time, 1 minute 10.39. 1 minute 10.39. Right off the line they go then for the last race before the interval. Good start there by Darren Pugh. Darren Pugh then, good start there for number 11. Martin Williams going wide over there. Not such a good start for Martin. Darren Pugh then, Dyfed Evans is made in second place. Then Martin Williams number 13. Then Thomas Cooper is next. Then it's Daniel Winterton next, and Andy Garfield this time trailing at the back. So Darren Pugh leads. Dyfed Evans is second. Martin Williams right there with them. Thomas Cooper coming under pressure now from Daniel Winterton. And the battle's on between the two friends there. They go all over the continent together, these two guys. Darren Pugh then leads from Dyfed Evans. And look at Daniel Winterton up in the third place. And Martin Williams pulled out. Martin there pulling onto the infield. He didn't look like his usual self in that race and coasting back. Darren Pugh takes a checkered flag. Dyfed Evans gets second place. Daniel Winterton third. Tommy Cooper gets fourth. And fifth place goes to Andy Garfield. The result of race number 29, a win for number 11, Darren Pugh. Second, it was 111, Dufford Evans. Third, number 8, Daniel Winterton. Fourth, number 15, Tommy Cooper. And in 5th place, number 606, Andy Garfield. And the winning time, 1 minute 13.22. 1 minute 13.22. So riders coming in for the first semi-final. Don't forget that race meeting next week just down the road at Dauncey. It's on the other side of Chippenham. So further Grasstrack racing there. If you haven't been for a while, make it a date again there as well, because we won't have some of the stars there. We've got about 100 riders, but some of the actual stars will actually be down at the British Masters. We got one rider going down, and the race has been stopped in the interest of safety. For the rerun. Andy Garfield gets a good start. Rob Melksham on the middle there. Tim Curnock running outside. Tim Curnock takes the lead, not for long. Andy Garfield comes through. Is Andy Garfield now leading? Then it's Tim Curnock. And Rocket Rob Melksham battling there for that third place at the moment. Tim Curnock going very, very wide. Losing ground, Andy Curnock. Andy Garfield leads, but look at Phil Harris coming through. Phil Harris up there in second place. Tim Curnock's pulled out completely. Now Rocket Rob Melksham goes up in the second spot, and he's the chases on as he chases Andy Garfield. So Andy Garfield then leads the way up the home straight from Rob Melksham in second, Phil Harris in third, Tommy Crewe in fourth. In 5th place it's Jim Collins, and then Tony George in 6th. 7th is Steve Dowling, and up front, Rocket Rod's got by, and it's Rob Melksham leading with Andy Garfield on the inside of him. 1 lap to go, Rob Melksham then, and leading the way. Just look at the way he goes around those pit turns, a beautiful style there as he goes down that back straight, heading for victory. And the first 6 qualify for the final, and one of those is going to be Rob Melksham. Rob Melksham wins. Andy Garfield gets second place. Phil Harris gets third. 4th is Tommy Crewe. In 5th place it will be Jim Collins. And in 6th place, number 666, Tony George. Those are the top 6 that qualify. So the result then, the top 6 that qualify for the final. A win for number 91, Rob Melksham. In 2nd place, number 606, Andy Garfield. 3rd, 297, Phil Harris. In 4th place, number 18, Tommy Crewe. In 5th place, number 205, Jim Collins. And in 6th place, number 666, Tony George. Winning time, 1 minute 14.89. 1 minute 14.89. So we're looking for 6 more qualifiers. Red hot favourites got to be the 3 times Midland Centre champion Phil Ashcroft, because he's been in superb form all day, and it looks like obviously they have been kept apart actually, Rob Melksham and Phil Ashcroft, so they will be meeting in the final as long as Phil can get through this hurdle. second semi. And a good start from Phil Ashcroft. Derrick in second, John Weeks in third, so the Bristol boys there in second and third place. But leading the way is Phil Ashcroft. Oh, we got a rider going down and then another one going over the top. So problems in this second half of the meeting. And the red flag has gone out. The race has been stopped in the interest of safety. In the pit box, ready for race. Here we go then with the second semi-final, the rerun. Phil Ashcroft leads. John Weeks up in the second place, tight on the inside. And but Phil Ashcroft flying away with this one. While the bikes are at the other end, another call out. We do need the 350cc bikes in the pit box, please, for the next race. Phil Ashcroft going very, very wide, but stays in the racing circuit. Derrick is now up in the second place, and then it's John Weeks in third. But Phil Ashcroft absolutely fine. He slows down, he looks over his shoulder, checks where the opposition is, and winds that throttle on again. So Phil Ashcroft then leads up the home straight from Paul Derrick, then John Weeks. Then we got Matt Budd, followed by Darren Harris, and then Neil Waddox, number 204. That's the order as the riders come through. But out in front, Phil Ashcroft with 1 lap to go. Still chasing Paul Derrick in second, John Weeks in third, no change there. Matt Budd in fourth, in fifth Darren Harris, and in sixth place, number 204, Neil Waddox. The checkered flag then goes for Phil Ashcroft, number 83. Paul Derrick gets second, John Weeks third, Matt Budd fourth. Fifth, Darren Harris, and in sixth place, Neil Waddox. The result of race number 32, sponsored by the Melksham family, the 500cc second semi-final, a win for number 83, Phil Ashcroft. Second, 117, Paul Derrick. In third place, number 46, John Weeks. In fourth place, 366, Matt Budd. Fifth, number 171, Darren Harris. And in sixth place, the final qualifier, 204, Neil Waddox. Winning time, 1 minute 16.91. 1 minute 16.91. So the qualifiers then for race number 37 are 91, 606, 297, 18, 205, 666, 83, 117, 46, 366, 171 and 204. On we go with the 350s, and it is Barry Powell alongside Mark Taylor. Mark Taylor pulls ahead now. Charlie Saunders comes in to challenge, and now he's alongside. Barry Powell drops back, so Barry Powell up in the second place, and at the moment it is Gloucestershire 1-2 leading the Wiltshire rider. Mark Taylor then from Barry Powell, then Charlie Saunders, then it's Lee Gayden, and then Simon Phillips, followed by Sam Foley. That's the order here in this 350cc leg. This time Mark Taylor got a clear lead on the other two, but the battle is on. Barry Powell seen Charlie Saunders coming. He looked over his shoulder there and seen that Charlie's going to be fighting around that corner. He does. Charlie swoops right the outside on those pit turns, goes up in the second place. Barry Powell then is now going to come under pressure from Lee Gayden as Lee Gayden now closes in on Barry Powell. 1 lap to go for Mark Taylor. Charlie Saunders still second. And then Charlie's now closing in on Mark Taylor. So Barry Powell now coming under pressure from Lee Gayden. So two battles going on here in this 350. But it looks like Mark Taylor's going to take the checkered flag. He does so. Mark Taylor wins. Charlie Saunders gets second. Barry Powell third. Lee Gayden fourth. Fifth, Simon Phillips, number 278. And in sixth place, number 14, Sam Foley. The result of the 350 race 33, a win for 170, Mark Taylor. In second place, number 25, Charlie Saunders. Third, number 82, Barry Powell. Fourth, 116, Lee Gayden. Fifth, 278, Simon Phillips. And in sixth place, number 14, Sam Foley. Winning time, 1 minute 16.82. 1 minute 16.82. We do need the riders in the pit box, please, for the pre-75s, race 35, and the 125s FGA, race 36, please, if you can make your way to the pits. Thank you very much indeed. And the battle's on again. This time it's Neil Taylor with Krister there in second place and Paul Simmons in third. And of course, I'm not sure what happened to David Knowles today, but he's certainly not been in the last leg or in this leg. No one's told me what the problem was there for David, but David's went out. So... Well, Neil Taylor, the British champion, running away with it this time around, and compared with the first couple of legs, which were tremendous battles between the 250s, Neil is dominating this one. So with one lap to go, Neil Taylor, number 173. It looks like he's going to wrap the 250cc class up. Paul Simmons has been consistent all day. He's in second place, and Krister is, well, he managed to do a wheelie, but lost quite a bit of ground there, and then Nigel Hibbert's still coasting around there, but at the moment, it is Neil Taylor who takes the checker flag to win the 250s. Paul Simmons gets second place, number 31. 182 Krister will get third, and 414 Nigel Hibbert will take fourth place. The official result of the 250s, race number 34, a win for 173 Neil Taylor. In second place, number 31 Paul Simmons. Third, 182 Krister, and in fourth place, 414 Nigel Hibbert. Winning time, 1 minute 16.66. 1 minute 16.66. And it's Dave Norris again with Glen Stanton and Tony George chasing, then Charlie Patterson. But, well, Tony George and Glen Stanton tried to come on the inside there of Dave Norris, but didn't succeed. Dave now pulls away, and the battle's on for second place between Glen Stanton. And Glen Stanton goes right across the front there of Tony George, and then goes up into second place. Dave Norris walking away with this one. Still, Tony George up on the back wheel there, chasing Glen Stanton all the way. And Tony George closing in on Glen Stanton. Taking quite a wide line there. But what about Charlie Patterson on that 350cc machine up there with the 500s? He's keeping a good watching brief there in fourth place. Will Taylor is the rider coming over the line there. And number 17 is going to take the checker flag, and he's wrapped up the pre-75s. So Dave Norris, followed by Glen Stanton in second, Tony George third. Charlie Patterson takes fourth. And fifth place will be Will Taylor. The result of the pre-75s, a win for number 17, Dave Norris. Second, 811, Glen Stanton. In third place, number 666, Tony George. Fourth, number 48, Charlie Patterson. And fifth, 287, Will Taylor. Winning time, 1 minute 22.05, 1 minute 22.05. Qualifiers we'll give you again for the final coming up. 91, 606, 297, 18, 205, 666, 83, 117, 46, 366, 171 and 204. Qualifiers for the 500cc final. We'll confirm those runners again for the Super 16 straight after. John Jones then pulling away. John Jones then leads, and a clear lead. Usually they're very close together, these machines. Jody Hodgsen going well in second place. Dave Merritt in third, and well, Nick Collins having his best ride so far. But Sam Flowers with work to do, and he's usually up there, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. Look, Dave Meredith comes alongside Jody Hodgsen. The battle's on there. John Jones with 1 lap to go. Jody Hodgsen then, with Dave Meredith just behind him. Now Nick Collins coming under pressure now as well. So as they come round for the checkered flag, number 16 takes... Wow, very close. I don't know whether you can hear Trudy Hodgson shouting in the background for her son there. And getting very excited here in the caravan, she was. We'll give you the official result in just a second. They've done a grand job again. The FGA then, lovely to see him back down here. And I'm sure we'll see him again at the Bristol meetings next year. The official result, a win for number 16, John Jones. Where you going without flags, my dear? We've got 2 finals to go. Right, let's give you the result. You're making me laugh over here, because I thought you were packing up and going on with them flags then. Right, win for number 16, John Jones. Second, number 9, Dave Meredith. Third, 222, Jody Hodgson. Fourth was number 44, Sam Flowers. Fifth was 305, Nick Collins. Sixth was 251, Ross Wharton. Seventh, number 59, Mike Flynn. And in 8th place, number 95, Craig Mann. Winning time, 1 minute 34.29. 1 minute 34.29. Right now, this is race 37. This is for the Ken Melksham Memorial Trophy, everybody. So this is a very important race indeed. Sponsored by the Melksham family, Maureen, Deb and Rod. And it's the first time that Phil Ashcroft and Rod Melksham have met today, isn't it? So off the line they go. And it is Phil Ashcroft and Rod Melksham tucked in behind him. It's the 2 riders who have been showing quick paces today up there. But Andy Garfield and Spoilery coming through in the 2nd place. So it's Phil Ashcroft leading, Andy Garfield in 2nd, Rod Melksham in 3rd, John Weeks in 4th. That's the top 4. But Phil Ashcroft then leads, Andy Garfield, Rod Melksham. Then John Weeks along with Paul Derrick, then Tommy Crewe, then Phil Harris, followed by Neil Wadhoop. So Jim Collins goes out. Problems there for Jim Collins. Tony George there at the back. But at the moment it's Phil Ashcroft looking good here in race number 37. And well, Phil Ashcroft dominating this. He slows down, he looks over his shoulder. Rocket Rod closing up on Andy Garfield. Real battle going on between those two. Phil Ashcroft there with 1 lap to go. Rod Melksham fights his way through up in 2nd place. And he's through in the 2nd now, chasing, and he's fighting every inch of the way. And so it's Phil Ashcroft with Rod Melksham there behind. And Phil Ashcroft may have a problem, he's slowed right down. And Rocket Rod Melksham is right there behind him now as they come towards the line. Phil Ashcroft does it. Phil Ashcroft wins. Rod Melksham gets second. In third place, Andy Garfield. Fourth place was John Weeks. Fifth, I think, Tommy Crewe, followed by Phil Harris. We'll wait for the lap scores on that order. Then it was Paul Derrick. And I think Matt Budd was next, but we'll wait for the lap scores, get the official result in just a second. That's it, show appreciation, everybody. They're all coming around, they've all done a grand job today, so show your appreciation. Right, let's give you the result. A win for number 83, Phil Ashcroft. Second, 91, Rod Melksham. Third, 606, Andy Garfield. Fourth, number 46, John Weeks. Fifth, number 18, Tommy Crewe. Sixth, 297, Phil Harris. Then it was 117, Paul Derrick, followed by 366, Matt Budd. 204, Neil Woodhoops, and 171, Darren Harris. Winning time, 1 minute 12.90. 1 minute 12.90. The numbers were 83, 91, 606, 46, 18, 297, 117, 366, 204, and 171. And the winning time, 1 minute 12.90. We have the big one. The international stars are here. We haven't seen Joe Screen, Shane Colvin in this area before. Not for a long time anyway. Daniel Winterton for Cheshire, we don't see down here very much. We've got Martin Williams, we've got a strong lineup here. There's £1,000, so just because Joe Screen has looked pretty quick so far, money could be quite a temptation, so we could see somebody get out of the gate first, other than Joe Screen. The battle is on as they all come to the line. Joe's on the inside, you'll see him on that inside of the circuit. Here we go then. This is the Super 16 Grand Final. The tapes are about to rise, they do rise, and off the line they go. Joe Screen's there, and Darren Pugh still right with him, and then there's John Jefferies tucked in behind. So Darren Pugh going well in second place, John Jefferies is in third. But it's Joe Screen, it's the Super Screen, the Screen Machine's out there leading this one. The former British Speedway and British Grasstrack champion is absolutely flying here. He leads from number 11, Darren Pugh, then there's John Jefferies going well, warming up ready for the Masters next week is John, but at the moment, look at Joe Screen go! Incredible to get this superstar down here in the Wessex Centre, and what a show he's putting on! Darren Pugh, John Jefferies, then the battle's on there. Shane Colvin now comes up, he's been a slow starter all day and he fights his way through. Now John Jefferies is closing in on Darren Pugh, but the leader comes towards his final lap. Joe Screen, and what a treat this is to have Joe Screen here in the Wessex Centre. John Jefferies closing in on Darren Pugh, then is Shane Colvin, then Daniel Winterton, followed by number 15, Tommy Cooper, and then it's Dyfed Evans there, but up front we have Joe Screen about to take the checkered flag. A win then for the superstar Joe Screen. In second place Darren Pugh, third place John Jefferies, fourth is Shane Colvin, fifth place goes to Daniel Winterton, sixth is Tommy Cooper, seventh is Martin Williams, eighth is Dyfed Evans, and that's how they come across the line. I'm sure you're going to give them a good rousing cheer when they come round, and Joe Screen is going to go home £1,000 richer from that race. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope you've had a fantastic time here at Allington. Remember, of course, there's 2 more meetings here next year, and don't forget Dauncey next week. But come on, let's hear those cheers then for Joe Screen and the rest of the riders. So tremendous there. John Jefferies, what a ride there, third place, and Darren Pugh down from the Shropshire Wales borderline, and tremendous racing from all the boys as they head back into the paddock. And of course we got the presentation still to come. The official result then of race number 38, that was a win for number 7, Joe Screen. In second place, number 11, Darren Pugh. In third place, number 14, John Jefferies. Fourth, number 12, Shane Colvin. Fifth, number 8, Daniel Winterton. In sixth place, number 15, Tommy Cooper. 7th was number 13, Martin Williams. And 8th place, it was number 111, Dyfed Evans. Winning time, 1 minute 09.70. 1 minute 09.70.
Fantastic, well done.
Yeah, I've enjoyed myself. It was quite hard work. So I haven't done many of these meetings. So this length track is quite small for me, but you know, give it a go. When Barrett phoned me a few weeks ago and asked us to do it, our good friend still can't bring much, but he's alright. But yeah, you know, I thought, because I've got the Masters next weekend, I thought I'd give it a blowout this weekend as well as last weekend, and things have gone good. You know, I had a good weekend last week, good weekend today, and hopefully fingers crossed they'll turn up next week.
Sonny Cornwall, of course, down at Padstow.
Yeah, second passport.
Now, I believe this is going to be an annual event here, and you're going to come back next year?
Hopefully, you know, it's just the fixtures at the moment with Polish Speedway in England, you know, I'm going to go, that's why I am on Monday, you know, I'm in Belgium tomorrow, Sweden Tuesday, I'm back in Crewe next Wednesday, so quite busy still. So, you know, I came from Grasstrack and I'll never forget where I came from and I enjoy doing this.
Well, we're very pleased to see you, as well as those plus stadiums you mentioned, being here in a field at Allington on the outskirts of Chippenham. It's been great to see them here. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Box there with the DVD as well, with Rod. There you go, and he's already got his money on him as well. Congratulations, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, I know the feeling because I lost my dad.
Right, now we've got the 500cc class, and who's going to do the presentations, your mum or yourself?
You carry on.
Well,
in the 500cc, in third place, it was Andy Garfield.
Had his picture taken, we'll have a chat to Andy.
Okay, nice smile, lads.
Andy, that was a fantastic battle with Rod in that final, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rod's really been giving it some, I think, since he qualified for the Masters. I think he's really stepped up a gear, which is good to see. And I've basically obviously did the Sweet 16 as well, and found it's just too many races where after a couple of laps I was starting to die basically. So yeah, no, fair play to him.
And where are you racing next week, Wimbledon or Masters?
Yeah, no, I missed out on the Masters unfortunately, and I had a bad day on the qualifier, so I'm up at Swindon.
So you'll be taking the honours with Rod out the way and John Jefferies?
You never know.
Wonderful. Andy Garfield, everybody, round of applause for Andy. Right, well, I think what we're going to have to do with the second place one, we're going to have to get Mum, aren't we, to do the presentations. So basically, second place, Ron Melksham.
Where's Charlie? Right. Yeah, we'll have it morning, the boys as well. Come on, Osman. Thank you. That's it. Thanks.
Rod, does your mum want to talk to us as well or not?
I don't.
But Rod, what a fantastic day. You got yourself a trophy as well, and your dad would have been so proud of this meeting and so proud of the club and what you've done, I'm sure, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he certainly would. He'd have really enjoyed himself all weekend, so last night as well.
I bet he was there with you in the tent, that's for sure.
It seemed like it, yeah.
Are you pleased how it went today?
Lovely day, yeah. Thanks for everyone for coming and good racing, and hopefully we can do it again next year.
Fantastic, well done. Well, we'll have the winner in a minute. Do you want a quick word?
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you for coming. Ken would have been so proud, everybody for what they've done, the club for what they've put on, and especially the riders that to come and supported this day for him. I know he's out there watching us. Well done, Rob, and this gentleman.
Round of applause there for Maureen, Ken's wife, and also Rob. That's a round of applause. Now we come on to the winner of the main trophy now, and this is the Ken Melksham Memorial Trophy. There's also a replica as well. So please come forward, the winner, Phil Ashcroft.
Well done, mate. Sorry for taking it on.
great for you.
That's it, get
I've got a few bits of those in the garage. Yeah, that's what I think.
You're right there, Bill. Very small. Very small. Lovely. Thank you.
Right.
Can you shake this?
Another one here as well.
Right. Okay, well done.
Let's have a chat then to Phil. Congratulations, going like a rocket. Well, you should have been in the Super 16. You were going so quick.
Yeah, but I wasn't asked, so I just did the races I'm asked to do and try and win them all.
You did a grand job.
Yeah, it was nice bit of track, hard to ride, but that's good practice for next week.
You're in the Masters?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good luck. It's a good warm-up, wasn't it? And you can see what you've got to do to beat Joe Screen. You've seen him in the other class.
Yeah, I was riding against him last week at the poacher as well, and he'll only see me if he's got wing mirrors on.
Do you enjoy yourself here today?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Can you come back next year?
All being well, yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Phil Ashcroft, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Larry, would you, if you're the chairman, would you like to say a few words?
Go on, Baz.
All right. Well, I'd just like to thank all the riders, spectators, everyone who's helped. It was a really hard thing to put on. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope you've had a fantastic day. Don't forget, 2 meetings here next year at Allington, so make it a date. Have a safe journey home, and thank you very much indeed for turning out for this very special meeting, the Ken Melksham Memorial meeting. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much. God's making a presentation to his mum now. At the back here. So another round of applause then, please. Good morning, and Rob. Thank you very much. Very special presentation to this fantastic dinner here at Arlington. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Not a small model. I've got some speedway drums, so I'm trying to get them down.
Thank you.